Hello and welcome back to Leaf Blower Revolution. So today we're looking at the 2.16.1 update. This is mostly a quality of life update, so there's not a lot of huge gameplay changes, but let's take a look at what has been added. So first, card translation has been improved and is already teased by our gold blower pinging mod, Farah. We have some nice pet skins with more to come. Also, the mid/end gamers will probably like the new artifact. Additionally, I finally added the much requested loadouts feature, less clicking, more convenience. Last but not least, a new pet has arrived. Changelog. Cards can be locked so they can't be transcended. Oh, thank God. Either via the lock button or via right-clicking a card in the card list. Cards can be transcended. Cards that can be transcended have a purplish background. Cards can be transcended now per tier. There are loadouts. There's a new artifact, the Vital Violin. We will talk about that. There's a new pet Piggo. There are now pet skins with more skins coming in future updates. The trade screen has improved, shorter text, details can be toggled, that's a big improvement. Auto pet upgrade added to the gem shop. Pet sets can be named. There is a new community leaf. Offline rewards can now show rewards for 1 hour, 24 hours, and 3 days by pressing Shift, Control, or Alt. That's only on PC for now. Artifact hotkeys. Hotkeys can now be cleared with the respective clear button. Relics show the relevant leaf-sended leaf count below their count. Claimable rewards assigned to a Humble North account can be used both in main game and online seasons. Used in main games for special events to come. Usage in seasons to be determined. I don't know about that. I haven't claimed any rewards yet. Bob's card MLC upgrade stat attribute changed, so they're multiplicative now. Materials can be added to the favorite navigation resources. That brings the favorite so close to what I need it to be. The only thing else I need there is the boss timers, and we're done. There's a new tower enemy, Boss Hulk, which he apparently isn't new. Trivia: Boss Hulk was overwritten internally by Boss Klacken, and so this fix will result in 6 new cards. So now there's 71 cards per tier. Craft info now shows the correct leaves for the relevant craft levels. I don't know I don't know what that means. And mobile card selection fixed. So I don't know. I don't play mobile, so that's fixed there. So that said, the new pet Piggo, it's not really useful where I'm at in the game. It buffs the. We'll look at that actually. You know, we can take these patch notes down. Now let's just kind of look at the patch itself. So, like I said, there's no new gameplay changes. There's still the boss I haven't beat. I haven't beat Super Terror, and I haven't beat Piggo. I haven't beat Super Terror, and I haven't beat Energy Guard. Those are the last 2 bosses. I'm actually working on getting there now. That's why I'm crafting. Basically, as you can see, I'm upgrading to Plasma Leaves. I have 4 out of the 8 Plasma Leaves I need. This basically goes back to, I had a really long grind to get my Hemo Leaves. Now we're going to Plasma Leaves. Unfortunately, I really, sort of wish there was an easier way to craft these. You need 25 free slots to craft Plasma Leaves. So that really clogs up your inventory kind of quick. But, yeah. That's going to become a problem. I think I calculated I have 61 inventory slots, so it takes 25 slots it takes 26 to craft a Plasma Leaf. So 61 minus 26. So at best, I can have 35 Plasma Leaves, and then I can't craft anymore. So that's now whether or not I'm going to craft 35 leaves right away. That's a little, to me, excessive. I think I could get by with 3 Plasma Leaf sets. One would clearly be my. You always have to have a. So the thing is, I'm gonna stick with a WEM set and a Brew Crit / WEM set. The reason being is, while you can make and it actually is viable, it's probably viable at Hema Leaves, but it's more viable, I would say, at Plasma Leaves because, by the time you get to Hema Leaves, you basically can make 2 Hema sets, or maybe even just 1 Hema set, like I did, and take out the Terrors and get Plasma Leaves. I have seen people that made simply 1 Hema set, re-rolled everything to damage, knocked out the Terrors, and went from there. That said, that is a little tough because you basically have to. Tough is the wrong word. You just have to basically warehouse a ton of transformation shards if you're going to do that. Also, you want to have a boatload of essence because if you're committed to that, you have to be prepared. I think I'm not going to say it's cheaper, but to me, I just made 2 sets of Hema Leaves. I felt like that was easier, and then I made one my Tower Floor set. Blah 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 blah. And I made a second set that was my flex set. That said, if you do go with 1 set of Hema Leaves and you're able to get your damage sorted, to me that's much more long-term efficient because once you have your damage sorted like that and everything's done, you're looking at being in a much better place. Mostly because I now have 2 A10 Hema sets, which is 16 Hema Leaves. If you did it with 8, you'd have 8 Hema Leaves, and you'd have a lot more space to convert things into plasma. You'd have a lot less waste. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can obviously fuse my A10 Hema Leaves, but I'm not going to do that right now. It is a possibility in the future. I think I would want to have at least. It probably wouldn't be until I was working on my 3rd set that I would consider that, and that also means I have a lot of shuffling around to do. And if I do make 4 sets of Plasma Leaves, that means I would have my WEM set. Now again, I'm not going to do. You can do a Witch Essence and Witch Curse set, and then a Brew set with Brew Multi-Crit set, like 2 separate sets like that. But then you constantly have to change them. You'd have to have your WEM set. It wouldn't be an issue if you could have a huge like for example, I wish material storage was bigger. Or honestly, I wish material storage didn't have a cap, or the cap was obscene. Because what you could do, right, then it would make sense to have a Witch Curse, Witch Essence set. You would just sit there and farm it and come back with tons of essences, right, because your storage could actually hold them. Then you would take your tons of essences, equip your crit set, and then craft. I mean, the problem with that is now you're taking, that does take 16 Plasma Leaves. So, realistically, where I'm at now, I would basically have, if this was viable, I would turn my Plasma set into WEM and Curse, and then turn my Hema set into Brew Crit and Brew Crit Mat, but we're not doing that. The bonus is you get about 17% extra crit if you're wondering. So, if you look at this, it's 22.81% is my Brew Crit chance. Brew Multi-Crit, if it was 10 sharded, is a 10th of that, so it would be 2.281, and that for 8 slots. Is just about 18.2%. If it rounds up, I think it rounds up, so it'd be 18.25%. Again, is it worth it? Well, actually, I don't know I don't know how it would round. It might be 18.24. Is it worth the hassle for that? I would say no. The only way to me it would be worth the hassle is if you specifically wanted to get more curses. And that actually is a problem, is I don't get enough curses because obviously not having Witch Curse Multiplier sharded does leave me on the short end of the straw a little bit. But, I mean, that would be actually fairly easy for me to fix in the future, especially now that I can select properties and stuff like that. So, I may in the future, just roll my Brew Crit off, move the shards over to Witch Curse, farm Witch Curse for a while mostly at that point I would be looking to max my equipment, max my pets, max my my unique leaves. The one thing I kind of wish I might have, well, I don't really wish, I mean, it's one of those things, we're going to hit the cap anyways, it is a good idea to invest as much as you can in your unique leaves just because that generates a lot of material for you, and the more material you generate, the more you can upgrade your tools. So, there's that. But that's about where I'm at now. That's it. Let's look at the patch. Now, before the patch, and I kind of wasn't expecting the patch to come out so soon, and I'm going to go over why. The big thing was I'd been doing tower, and if you do tower, and we're not going to open these today, sorry, you get lots of this. So let's look at this. So first, you can see right click adds a little lock, right click again takes it away. Very simple. You can also see, oh wow, these are all the purple ones. Very clear which ones I can transcend now. I'm extremely thankful for that. What? Okay, so apparently space also, if you have it clicked, space apparently also locks and unlocks. You see, I accidentally bumped space there. Now, transcend boss. You might think this includes the tower bosses, but I'm going to tell you, it does not include the tower bosses. The bosses are only Witch and Beyond, so this is really only your transcend boss. I didn't know that. This whole time, thought it included tower bosses. You know, there's... Okay. Oh... Oh, I got a legendary crab boss. Oh, okay. Ooh. But I don't think you can get these guys from packs, though. That's kind of the catch. It's weird. So, but if I was... See, this is the funny thing, is unfortunately this patch comes out right as I'm like, oh, let me switch to Witch and get my plasma sets out of the way. Now, I'm on the fence of whether or not I'm going to be making 2 or 3 plasma sets. I'm leaning towards 3 plasma sets, which would be 25 leaves, which would, it would dramatically change. Well, dramatically is a little bit of an overstatement. It would change things in the sense that, and this is why I want to wait until I have 3, is of course I have my WEM and my crit set, so that's my witch farming set. I would have my DPS set, and I could set that up so that I could farm the 4 terrors if I wanted to. Or if I wanted to just AFK one. AFKing one is also viable at that point. And the third set I would be building is... Wow, none of this has anything to do with the patch. I don't even know why I'm talking. Well, I'm going to finish my thought here. Would be my tower floors set, my flex set for whatever. Like right now it would be tower floors because I'm trying to, of course, climb the tower. But anyways, this feature came out right as I stopped climbing the tower, which sort of sucks. And obviously I have the snowmen locked because right now I'm not looking to farm snowmen. They're actually really easy to farm because if you go to their area, there's only 4 things that spawn. It's snowmen, it's this guy, it's I think, yeah, it's the bunnies, and it's these hyenas, which... Oh, hyenas are offline MLC, bunnies are offline crunches, and of course elks are offline tower floors. All very important things. Actually, the 3 of them go really well together when you're getting ready to skip, even though offline crunches and offline MLC become less and less relevant. Alright, so that covers all the cards. Now, again, if I was in a different place, I would actually be like, oh, let's transcend these, and I'm not. And the reason we can't, the reason I don't want to do it is because I'm just not climbing tower right now. I will be going back to climbing tower. Oh, and this is the Boss Hulk, and this is Klaxon, which is, I think, upgraded, yes, upgraded version of this guy. So, that's, the interesting thing is Klaxon actually became Tower Hulk, rather than, even though Klaxon was already there, rather than the Boss Hulk becoming its own thing. I don't know why, but that's how it was done. And remember, even though these cards say bosses, they are not bosses. Another thing that was important in my climb is you should try and get at least one of everything for the extra 0.10%. Clearly, I haven't done a great job on Mythical. I mean, at least I got everybody on Legendaries, except, of course, Mr. New Guy. So that's good. But that kind of covers the cards. Now the new thing is the violin. So we're going to talk about the violin and how to get a lot of violins. So first off, I actually need to use some of my violins because you can only hold 100. Before I go using my violins, though, you know, I probably should learn the loadouts thing. I haven't used loadouts yet. They're over here. Oh. The one thing I wish loadouts would do. I mean, it's cool that it saves scrolls, but does it save what weapon I'm using? Let's see. This is Wem. Alright, so that's our first loadout. And I'm not gonna do anything until we... Oh, it's too bad it doesn't also save your alchemy status. Because that's the thing, like what's crafting. Okay, goodbye. Okay, we got 2 common witch cards. That's nice. All right, here's where we got to turn things off. We got to turn you off. Turn you off. Switch back to loadouts. Okay, so now that we're not crafting, we can switch to. Because again, it doesn't mean anything because. And we switch to this guy. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Yeah, because the materials come in randomly, it's... I do love how things are split up. Makes it so much easier to distribute things. All right, we got our fish on. We have our DPS shard set on. We go save our loadout. Rename it DPS shard. Settings about DPS. Alright, so now we can switch to WEM. And yep, the one thing I wish it would do is swap the tool. And you'll see why here in a second. Because when I'm farming Witch, I just want my stupid shovel out. And we got a common boss centaur. That's nice. And now this is where if I had a DPS set for the terrors, I would then switch to that. But because I don't, I have to switch back to... And that's... I mean, again, I'm not really swapping pets. But that is interesting because now I could technically replace Witch. Okay, that's it. Now that everybody's dead... Let's go use the artifact. This is what the artifact does. It reduces the timer by 5 seconds. So interestingly, we can now switch. Where is it? There. We can switch our loadout. And now go kill these guys again. But see, it doesn't change me to my trout, so I have to manually swap to the trout. Though I only really need the trout for the spark bubble. But still, I wish it would switch, remember your weapon. And now we can swap our loadout back. And obviously, you can hotkey this. We're not hotkeying this right now, but this is the idea. Now, there's still more to this. So I have to show you how to get the violin. When you start, the violin's going to have something like a ridiculously long spawn time. I forget how long I think it's 12 hours. And it spawns in the nebula in the biotite forest. So the trick to getting it, and again, you can also keybind these, by the way. Yeah, go spawn some seeds all over the floor. It's not seeds you want, though. You want to use the enchanted fruit. And so you can actually scroll this down so you can see the violin. And you want to change one of your pets. In this area, I would suggest swapping out Sharko. So we're going to take Sharko off. And we're going to put Flocko on because Flocko reduces the spawn time. And then you're going to go to your artifacts and you're just going to spam fruit. Wait, that was Gravity Ball. Gosh, darn it. So you want to have it so you can see this spawns in 5 hours. And it spawns in 5 hours because I did not have Flocko equipped. And as you can see, just spamming fruit will really speed things up. And this is effectively the new active way to farm witch. Now the question is, will I farm witch this way? The answer is no, but I will show you how to get this. So again, you need to have Flocko equipped, you need to be spamming your fruit button, and as you can see, it's going down pretty quickly. And we're going to get a violin. I think I only pick up one violin. I'm going to go ahead and remax my violins while we're here. And see, you can see just by me spamming the amount of fruit, which is 20 fruits at once, it's very quickly getting closer and closer. We're down to 2 hours already. I've had forgotten about the enchanted fruit artifact. I thought we had to spawn this some really goofy way. And the other important thing to remember about this is disabled in the offline rewards. It makes sense, otherwise I would have like 4 million of these and I would just be, okay, let's check the box. And this just speed everything up. Okay, so now you can see that basically after one spawns, it's 35 minutes, and it basically becomes instant. And the only thing slowing me down is basically I'm waiting for my ALBs to find it. It's somewhere here. You can obviously start moving your mouse around to find it, but I just let the ALBs pick it up because that's their job. And we're just going to restock this. And this is basically, this would be your new witch cycle. Not a huge fan. I'm not much of an active player, to be honest. So that's why this is like, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is cool, but I would never do this. I would just be like, oh, okay. There's no way I would actively play like this. I enjoy it as an idle game because that's what it is to me. Alright, so now we switch our loadout back. This is actually really nice. Actually, no, we're going to switch to DPS shard for a second. And we're going to manually have to switch our weapon. Damn, I hate that. Switch back to favorites. And we're going to get rid of all these guys here. Oh, we got a common. Yes, I have over 100% chance, so that means I get a chance for 2 drops like that. Wow, they all dropped 2 cards. That was very nice. And damn it, I wish loadout would just remember that. And then we can just load Wem back up. I also wish it would remember the state of alchemy. Because now we're going to come here. We're going to kill the boss. We're going to get our... Oh, we got a common boss card. And now we can just turn on the fusion shards again and the dark essence, because now we have to catch up on essences, which is not a big deal. So that is how you would use the new violin. You would basically, right now, I would switch back over to there. I would switch Flocko in, switch back over there, repeat the process, etc., etc. Let's look at Piggo. Now I'm going to tell you Piggo is an early game pet, not a pet for where we're at now. And Piggo is right here. The auto leaf counter buff and leaf counter bet. No. That is all for the leaf counter. So the only reason for me to use Piggo at this point is... And I'm not going to even bother, but if we were going to, and again, if you are playing actively, it is at least worth going to the cheese pub and manually clicking the counter. This is actually good. This is very worth it. But as I am, what? I'm at 2 million now. Okay, 2.2 million. Okay, that's good. But as I'm not a super active player, doing that is sufficient to me. But you could also cycle that in if you're farming the bosses. Basically, the leaf counter is much, much more powerful now with cards. Pet skins. Now, I have seen the skins. I was not impressed with the skins enough to use them. Also, I don't use any of these pets anyways. Like Burning Spider Bro is one I definitely would use, but I don't use the spider. I think that's awesome, except, oh wait, there's Small Penguino. I actually do use him. Oh, okay. Oh, he's very small. So there you go. I didn't realize. Oh, that is actually tiny. I don't know that I don't think I like my big penguin. There he goes. He's back. He's big again. The trade screen is improved. I think I briefly showed this. You can basically turn details off. Much more dense. Obviously, a lot easier to use and read. And again, you can bind refresh. I don't know if you can bind collect all and boost all yet, but much better. Much better. You can see a lot more on the screen. Everything's nice one line. It's a humongous improvement if you actively trade. I don't actively trade anymore, so it probably would be useful in the season because I'm sure I'll be using this more often in the season. But for right now, eh. But still, I'm happy for any kind of improvements. And there's a new gem upgrade. And it is... There's two. One was more loadout sets. I just maxed it. It was a trivial amount of gems. And where's the second one? Where is it? Where is Auto Pet Pets? Oh, the Pet Bot. The Pet Bot automatically pets all of your pets. Each level pets all pets once. So at level 5, all pets will be pet 5 times simultaneously. This upgrade also affects manual petting. So, yes, I now have an auto pet bot. Whether or not that's any good, I doubt it. It's probably really good in the early game. But again, like I said, this all becomes eclipsed by the power of Cursed Cheese, because that's E15. And this is still E9. So, but that said, since it is 1%, this is very strong at low levels. And holy crap, I have almost 4 million little doggos. Wow. Well, I guess that makes sense. I got the patch at around 6 point something million cursed cheese, so. What was the other one that was added? Oh yeah, the Viking Borb. Yeah, this is yeah. Extremely useless. I clearly have slapped some Borbs, but yeah, very useless. Basically, both of those just, they just inflate the amount of drops to make it so you get less cursed cheese. But at least the little doggo, I think, is good for the extra damage. At low levels. Not where I'm at now, but if you're starting up and you get some little doggos, I think that's good. Okay. So we can look at the pet sets. Oh, pet sets can be named now. My pet teams, you can name these now. I don't care enough to name them. A new community leaf. I believe it is Ellie's right here. I think that's the new one. I can never tell because I don't take before and after pictures. Offline reward buff. Let's go look at that real quick. So 1 minute, 1 hour, 3 days, 1 day. Artifact hotkeys. We're gonna go back to that. Oh, that's so nice to see this. Oh, hey, we're already back up to. I think I spent like 16 times 16 times 3. Yeah, I spent about 800 of each of these, and we're already getting back up there, so that's nice to see. If you go to uncommon, we don't have any uncommon, and if you go to rare, we have 3 here, and 3 there. And yeah, I don't. Now, the interesting thing, did I actually brew all. Yeah, I haven't even brewed any mythical ones yet. Mythical or legendary. What does it take to brew these? Oh, that's why it was E9 of. Yeah. I'll just wait. As I'm not using them, I'll just wait until I have more and more crit, because now, I always crit. It'll create. I could create between 3 and 4 relics at a time. That'll really speed things up and basically save me. I'm not worried about the shards. I'm worried about the sacred leaves. But that's a problem for the future. Oh, I forgot. We need to have this going. And what else is going on? And I actually did get the upgrade, so I could close this. I just like to leave it up. Oh, the Bob card, we can't really test that. You can clearly see I have materials here. Very nice change. Craft info shows the correct leaves for the relevant craft. I don't know what that means. And we saw the new tower enemy, and mobile card selection obviously is not relevant to me. So that's basically the update in a nutshell. And again, this is where I'm at. I'm just sitting here farming plasma leaves. Nothing really too terribly exciting going on. It's mostly just a grind. Now again, you could speed it up. You could get the violin. I am content to just let it sit here and just wait. I am more than content to let it sit here and just wait. And again, I'm probably going to sit here and just let it run until I have. I really think I am angling at this point in time for 3 sets of plasma leaves, which possibly 4. If I make 4 sets of plasma leaves, I'm just done. Don't know that I'll make 32 plasma leaves. That seems like a long time. I don't know that I really will do more than 2. Well, no, I want to get at least my DPS set. It's sort of a toss-up because I'll have a full Hema set, and it's only, you can see. No, you can't see because of that. That's 22.81, and this is 17.82. So let's see how much better that is. 22.81 divided by 17.82. That's it. So it is about 28% better, so I guess I should make I need to make at least a plasma damage set and a plasma flex set, so I'll be here for a while I get my 24 plasma leaves. I won't need to go more than 24 because at that point I'll have I will have my regular set, I will have my I wish I could talk. I'll have my crit and Wem set. I'll have my damage set of plasma leaves, and then I'll finally have my flex set of plasma leaves, and that's probably enough for now. Basically, my flex set is really just going to be set up for climbing the tower, because I just set it up to max. Now, I set it up to have all of them max the tower floors, and also max the tower floor, the more tower floor percent. That's technically not the best way to do it. You should try and mix in some skip percentage to kind of speed up your climb. I may look into that this time. I may not. We'll see. But that's it. And again, once I get that going, I will be trying to smack the terrors around. I can't do terrors currently with what I have because I re-rolled my after I beat the terrors and I farmed them for a little bit. We saw that in the video. I had re-rolled to a more tower floor set and went back to climbing the tower floors. After I did that, after I've done that, I haven't made a new damage set. So without a damage set, I can't beat him. I'm fortunate that my other set is strong enough. My DPS set is strong enough where I can just wipe all the other bosses, and I have enough damage in general. But for the terrors, not quite strong enough yet. What I mean is, I can easily swap sets, and I'm almost strong enough where I don't have to swap to my Trout, and clear these guys out. This is not a problem at all. But I'm not strong enough to do that with terrors, and you're going to have a damage set for terrors. So, I think that about covers the update. Well, it covers not only the update, but also where I am. I'm kind of curious. Can I use this here? Oh, damn. Alright, well that's something important too. You can use your strange seed bag at the boss, so you need to make sure to do that. And the importance of spawning seeds like this is it helps your leaf ascension. Very important. Ah, damn, I feel kind of dumb. I could have even more leaf ascensions. Because this would help me leaf ascend. I don't know why I never tried it. Oh. This would help, better now than not. And I always use wind. Just leave that on. But yes, this does help my leaf ascensions by, because you can, if I could talk. You get seeds for like ancient leaves and all your gem leaves, your ancient leaves. Actually, you know what? It makes more sense to look at my leaf relics, which is the ones I've actually been doing. So, all the gem leaves, the ancient leaves, and of course, celestial and obsidian and Benny, your Benny leaves. So that's a whoops. That's okay. Live and learn, right? I didn't even realize, I wonder if it works. It must work in tower too, I guess. I guess there's no reason it wouldn't work, and now we'll just pick this crap up off the floor. Well, live and learn. Ooh, there's a celestial. Well, that'll speed things up in terms of leaf ascensions. Damn. Oh well. Like I said, at least we know now. That said, once again, as always, we forgot to look at the hotkeys. Let's look at the hotkeys. Let's see. Yep, here's all the artifacts. Here's your craft sets, which are now basically replaced by loadouts. There's no reason to hotkey a craft set if you can hotkey a loadout, because a loadout just does everything else. Oh, Transcend card has a hotkey now. Change resource filter. Oh, that has a hotkey. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm getting actually close to maxing out my sacred shop. Yeah, this is such a useless thing now. I'm actually close to maxing this out because, again, I just need to get that extra 0.5% crit. I think relic relic, that doesn't even matter anymore. I have brewed all the relics. It's sort of really irrelevant, but I can at least max out the speed, and then hopefully max this out so I don't have this store anymore. This store will not be getting maxed out. Yeah, and I did pump tools up to 38. No regrets, but it got like super expensive. Way more expensive than I thought. Like this to max it, to finish this off. E to the 12. That's expensive. And I also need to get this guy down here. So this will be happening in my future. And what about this? Oh, more tower floors. Maxing that out. That's really expensive. And same thing with the material storage is actually not too expensive. And I tried to pile these. I couldn't get the piling to work correctly. So that's another problem. And then, yeah. Anyways, as you can see, lots for me to work on here. So, once again, though, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. If you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.